police busted Ketum operation in Malacca. $500 squatter families to get PPR homes. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohan. Welcome to Updates at Noon. A total of 20 kilograms of Ketum leaves and 57 litres of Ketum water were seized at an empty shop house suspected of being used as a Ketum water processing place in Taman Desa Taming Sari, Sungai Udang, in an operation dubbed Op Sarang, which was conducted by the Malacca Police early Sunday morning. State Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department Chief Superintendent Zulkifli Rashid said 7 men in their 40s suspected of being involved in processing and selling Ketum water at the premises were also arrested in the raid at about 4:30 a.m. He said preliminary investigations found that the premises were used as a place to process and sell Ketum water for the past 3 months, and the Ketum water was sold at 10 ringgit per pack or litre.
Tangkapan ni telah dibuat di Sungai Udang, di mana ia merupakan menjalankan aktiviti memasak daun-daun ketum, jadi air ketum untuk diedarkan di sekitar Sungai Udang lah. Dah 20 kilo daun dan juga 57 liter. Menyebabkan 56 bungkus lah. 56 bungkus cecair ketum lah.
Superintendent Zulkifli said 77 individuals aged 16 to 68 were arrested for various offences involving drug abuse in the operation carried out around Sungai Udang and Krupong, including at the Sungai Udang sanitisation landfill and the garbage disposal site in Krupong from 2 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. He said the integrated operation involved 173 personnel from various enforcement agencies, including the police, the Malaysian Armed Forces, the National Anti-Drug Agency and the Malaysian Civil Defence Force. The case is being investigated under Section 30, Subsection 3 of the Poisons Act 1952 and Sections 6 and 15, Subsection 1A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. A total of 1.13 million ringgit in compounds were issued to 109 customers at an entertainment centre for violating the standard operating procedures of the Movement Control Order MCO in a raid in Muar. Johor Police Chief Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said the 81 men and 28 women, all locals aged between 17 and 52, were arrested at about 10:45 p.m. on Saturday. Dato' Ayub Khan said all of them were compounded 10,000 ringgit each for not practicing physical distancing while at the premises.
Kesalahan tuan-tuan yang melibatkan pusat hiburan ini serius. Pusat hiburan ini dah kali ketiga yang kita dah serbu. Tuan-tuan bayangkan betapa keras kepala. Ini kita tidak akan tolak ansur lah. Tolak ansur ini pusat hiburan yang tidak boleh beroperasi, yang tak ada lesen. 3 kali diserbu. Masih lagi ada aktiviti.
The police also arrested a 52-year-old man who claimed to be the manager of the entertainment centre, and he was later fined 50,000 ringgit for violating the SOPs set during the Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO. However, all those detained were not remanded, while the caretaker and workers at the premises had their statements recorded by the Criminal Investigation Division of the Muar Police Headquarters, adding that urine tests conducted on all the individuals were found to be negative. Dato' Ayub Khan said checks also found that the premises had been raided twice previously, on 26th February and 10th March, and compounds were also issued. However, the business continued to operate without an entertainment license. The Department of Veterinary Services DVS paid a visit to Lehong Berhad's CES 008 farm in Jeram, Selangor and began their investigation to identify the cause of Salmonella enteritidis contamination, which led to a recall of the company's eggs in Singapore. DVS, in a statement, informed that the department has begun tracing the source of the infection, besides checking vaccination records, egg production, and records of disease surveillance programs on the farm. DVS added that eggs from the CES 008 farm are not allowed to be sold in the local market as table eggs until the results of the investigation are obtained. Eggs from this farm are only for the production of egg products that undergo heat treatment at the company's processing plant located in Kappa and Miru, Selangor. DVS also conducted inspections and sampling for SE testing on all farms owned by Lehong Berhad to ensure that the company's farm eggs are SE free. Meanwhile, DVS informed the suspension of egg products from the CES 008 farm for the Singapore market did not affect exports from other farms, as well as supply for the local market. It said that salmonellosis was also among the diseases monitored at all poultry farms in Malaysia through the National Animal Disease Surveillance Program. A teenager who tried to save his nephew from drowning ended up being swept away along with his nephew by strong currents in Sungai Pahang. The Merlo District Police Chief ACP Muhammad Yusri Othman said the incident happened in Kampung Loyang in Sanggang, the Merlo. Those feared drowned are Muhammad Hakim Fakih Nur Rasmi, 16, from Kampung Desa Murni, Temerloh, and Muhammad Naufal Farhan Muhammad Azrul, 8, from Kampung Loyang. ACP Muhammad Yusri Othman said the two victims were understood to have gone to the river to bathe with 3 other family members at about 4:15 p.m. before Muhammad Naufal Farhan was said to have been swept away by the currents 40 minutes later. It is believed that Muhammad Hakim Fakih tried to save his nephew but was also swept away by the currents. Villagers nearby jumped into the river to try to save them, but no avail. ACP Muhammad Yusri said they received an emergency call at 4:50 p.m. yesterday, and the search and rescue operation was launched with the help of the fire brigade, the Malaysian Civil Defence Force and the villagers. However, the operation was called off at 7:30 p.m. due to nightfall and resumes today. Water rafting returns to Perak after MCO. Stay with us. A total of 500 squatter families in Taman Sinaran Kempas in Johor Bahru will breathe a sigh of relief when they receive houses under the Melana Indah People's Housing Project, PPR, within 3 months. Housing and Local Government Minister Datuk Zuraida Kamaruddin, who announced this, said the decision was made to ease the burden and solve the problems that have plagued the residents in the housing area for more than 20 years, including the issue of public facilities and amenities. She said, considering that PPR Melana Indah has just been completed, the number of houses is about 1,450 units, whereby 500 units will be given to the squatters in Taman Sinaran Kempas, of which they have agreed to move in.
Tadi saya berjumpa dengan komuniti Sinaran Kempas dan telah mendengar taklimat dan sebagainya. Saya telah tawarkan rumah ini kepada mereka dan mereka boleh datang dan boleh serta-merta boleh datang tinggal di sini.
She said this after visiting the PPR Melana Indah in Taman Perling today. She said the Johor State Government was expected to hold further discussions soon with the Taman Sinaran Kempas Community Committee to identify a mechanism for the community to obtain the PPR units. For the record, Taman Sinaran Kempas is a temporary residential area for the squatter settlement that previously existed in the vicinity of the Kereta Api Tanah Melayu Berhad, or KTMB, Kempas Railway Station and tracks. It is understood that the residents were previously instructed to move into the housing area temporarily while waiting for a permanent housing area to be provided. The Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources will review the Malaysian Electricity Supply Industry 2.0 program to focus on human aspects. The move is also aimed at focusing on the electricity supply industry's readiness in facing new challenges with the emergence of disruptive technologies, especially those involving renewable energy sources such as solar. According to the Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, Datuk Sri Dr. Shamsul Anwar Nasara, MESI 2.0 was approved in 2019 to change the structure of the electricity supply industry, which would create a huge impact on consumers in the peninsula. The situation is in line with the government's priorities to focus on reviving the country's economy from the effects of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as in taking care of the people's well-being and interests. Taking into account the new situation and challenges of COVID-19, KETSA said there was an urgent need to ensure that the country's electricity supply industry to be future-proof, despite the current disruptive challenges, without having to change the existing industry structure. The Energy Commission, which has been tasked to conduct the study, must also ensure that everything that will be implemented in the future is in line with the government's aspiration to bring benefits to the country and the people. Kereta Api Tanah Melayu Berhad KTMB, in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, will promote the Cuti Malaysia campaign. In a statement, KTMB said the promotion will last for 3 months beginning 1st April. Electric train services (ETS) users are eligible for 10% discount for every ticket purchased by using the promo code Cuti Kereta Api. According to the statement, in line with the campaign, the public can begin their ETS ticket purchase for 1st April until 30th September 2021's journey today. KTMB said the promotion is to encourage Malaysians to make early plans for their holiday and travel within state boundaries, subjected to government's directives from time to time. After about a year of inactivity, water rafting in Perak is back on the map with the organisation of the 2-day R4 Perak Slalom Carnival X Kampar Riverfest 2021 starting Saturday. State Housing, Local Government and Tourism Committee Chairman Datuk Noli Ashilin Mohamad Radzi said that this was the first water rafting program organised through Tourism Perak since the implementation of the Movement Control Order MCO. Now, she said that the program was conducted with strict standard operating procedures to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Jadi ini menunjukkan bahawasanya acara boleh dianjurkan dengan selamat pada ketika ini, dan ianya diadakan di peringkat negeri terlebih dahulu dalam skala yang kecil bagi kita orang kata test jugalah ya, test ground untuk penganjuran acara seperti pertandingan dan sebagainya.
Datuk Noli Ashilin, when met by reporters after flagging off the event yesterday, also said that the R4 Perak Slalom Carnival X Kampar Riverfest was a team event with each team comprising 4 athletes who had to complete stipulated disciplines. 7 teams were picked out from the 10 teams registered from all districts in Perak after inter-district travel was allowed since 5th March. She said that the main ecotourism event in Perak was also seen as capable of promoting the Kinta Valley Geopark at the international level, since Kampar is one of the districts in the Kinta Valley with a geosite. Terengganu down Perak to keep pace with leaders JDT. Stay with us.
National Artistic Gymnast. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I am unable to compete for now. As athletes representing Malaysia, we just want to make Malaysia proud. But any form of sporting competition is unlikely now unless we all get vaccinated. I plan to be. And I encourage everyone else to do the same. Listen to your medical experts. The vaccine isn't just crucial for us alone. It protects everyone around us. Lindung diri, lindung semua.
Two days after huffing and puffing their way to retaining the Charity Shield, Malaysia Hockey League MFL defending champions University Kuala Lumpur UniKL turned on the style to beat Terengganu Hockey Team THT 4-2 at the National Hockey Stadium in Bukit Jalil yesterday. The match was played at a frenetic pace with both heavyweights on full-scale attacking mode, but it was Unikel who drew first blood through a Mohammad Razi Abdul Rahim penalty corner in the 13th minute. The 2020 treble winners doubled their lead through another penalty corner set piece, this time courtesy of Pavandip Singh just 3 minutes before the break. Another penalty corner goal by Mohammad Razi in the 35th minute and a Mohammad Shukri Abdul Muttalib field goal in the 42nd minute saw Unikel go 4-0 up and on cruise mode. But two quick penalty corner goals by THT's Mohammad Akimullah Anwar Isuk and Mohammad Arif Shafi Ishak in the 51st and 53rd minutes respectively gave Unikel the jitters. Luckily for Unikel, victory was assured when THT failed to convert two more penalty corners in the last 5 minutes. Unikel hockey president and team manager Dato' Amir Azhar Ibrahim, though happy with the win, warned his players not to let their guard down in their remaining matches as they seek to complete a second consecutive treble by winning the Charity Shield, MHL and TNB Cup. Next up for Unikel will be debutants Sabah, who were thrashed 11-0 by THT on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Maybank did just enough to beat a defensive-minded UITM HA 1-0 through Mohammad Najmi Farizal Jazlan penalty stroke goal in the 45th minute and remain at the top of the standings with 6 points. Terengganu FC maintained their perfect record when they defeated Perak FC 2-0 in an away Super League match at the Perak Stadium in Ipoh last night for their third straight win. Terengganu nearly went ahead as early as in the second minute when Ghanaian Jordan Minta's attempt was cleared off the line by Perak defender Shakir Hamza. But the visitors, who went on the offensive right from the first whistle, were not to be denied, and they finally broke the deadlock in the 24th minute when former national player Mohammad Faisal Abdul Halim's pile driver from outside the box beat Perak goalkeeper Mohammad Hafizul Hakim. Undaunted, Perak tried to find a way back but were let down by their players' profligacy. Terengganu, having weathered Perak's onslaught, finally sealed victory in the 90th minute when Dashi Marshall of Ivory Coast scored with a long-range attempt. The win sees Terengganu stay second behind Johor Darul Ta'zim on goal difference in the standings. Both teams have 9 points each. Perak are now 7th in the 12-team standings with 4 points after a win, a draw and a defeat. And that's it from us this afternoon. In our top story today, police bust Ketum operation in Malacca. News at 10 comes on this evening on my Freeview's Berita RTM news channel. I'm Mohana Priya. Thank you for your company.